Right now at 4:30, now that spring has officially sprung, you may have noticed that it was not a white winter here in the Charlotte area. While we had a lot of snow at the beginning of last year, over the last few months, the Queen City had a total of, drum roll, 0 inches of snow.
That's right. Kids were really bummed about that. Meteorologist Elisa Raffa is here now to explain what happened and why we had no snow whatsoever here.
A big goose egg. And for the first time in recorded history, we've never had a 0.
Wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't really surprise me. I did a lot of number crunching and I went through the 200 years of records today. But yeah, 0 inches of snow, none recorded at all, not even a trace, for the first time in Charlotte's recorded history, okay? And our history books go back to the 1870s. So these are some of the number crunchings that I did today. Okay, Charlotte, again, had a 0, but I'm not overly shocked about this because since the 1870s, we've had 12 seasons with just a trace and 36 seasons with an inch or less, right? So it's pretty common for us to not get a lot of snow. Our average annual snow is only about 4 inches. We don't really get that much snow anyway. You have to go back to 2014 to find a season that had above average snow. So yeah, 0, but
We don't get a lot, but 0, like you said, is rare. So what does it really take to get the snow here in the Charlotte area? We're not known for white winter, so what does it take?
yeah, you need a storm to get pretty far south of here. You need a couple of ingredients, one of which is cold air, which is what we are often lacking, right? This is not a forecast, okay, but this was what I kind of did to show you need that storm to get pretty far south of Charlotte. It needs to have a southern track, it needs to have a lot of moisture, and it needs to have cold air. That southern track matters because we have to tap in to cold air. The cold air is the part that we're often missing. And that's because, as we've been talking about endlessly since January, winter is warming. It has a 4-degree fever since 1970. Our 80-degree temperatures in February were pretty obvious of that. Warmer air holds more moisture, but when the temperatures aren't cold enough for snow, it's going to fall as rain. So that's definitely what we had in January. We had many storms come through. It was a pretty wet month, but it all came down as rain and no snow. Overall, we do find that snow is decreasing since 1970 here in Charlotte. We're just, again, it's not cold enough. But here's the interesting part. Look at this graphic. Across the country, right, we are finding this trend that snow is decreasing because winter is warmer. But you see the blue dots? That's where snow is decreasing, and you see a lot of it, increasing. Snow is increasing, and you see a lot of it around the Great Lakes and the Northeast. And that's because our lakes and oceans are also warmer. So that can fuel more potent storms. It's more juice and more fuel for more potent storms. So that can help lend itself to more snowfall in some places in the Northeast and the Great Lakes. We just always lack the cold air.
We were really close. We had a lot of cold rain. It was like 38 degrees, and it just wasn't there to get the snow part of that. But